Hi guys, and welcome back to the Yapping Yentas podcast. I'm your host, Morgana. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you are on audio, on Spotify or Apple, or you're on YouTube. I am making damn sure that I'm getting this on YouTube, you guys. I don't know if you know. No, there's no way anyone knows because I only told my mom and sister. But last week I really tried to put an episode out on YouTube, but the file got deleted on accident. But it's okay. It's okay. It's all a learning curve. I have the mic. If you're watching the YouTube, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to figure this all out. But I have the mic like literally in front of my face. I'm like trying to go to the side for it, and I just hope the audio is good. But anywho, I feel like the audio is better when the mic is closer to my face because normally I have it down, like more down, and sometimes it's hard to hear. And you guys know mic trouble is nothing new in this podcast. So we're rocking, we're rolling. I have a beautiful list of topics that I'm going to talk about today. And for starters, I got some really good constructive feedback from my sister. Shout out Sam, love you so much. She was saying how basically broke it down like, Morg, I don't know what's going on. You speak well normally, but on the podcast, the continuous use of filler words is getting a lot. And you know what? I feel like old me would have gotten so defensive. I would have been like, oh my God, like, you're the only person that said that to me. Like, you're so mean, like, blah, blah, blah. But current me was like, and this is just like a proof of growth. Current me was like, you know what? That is great feedback. Thank you so much. I'm going to be more cognizant of that in my next podcast episode, and thank you for bringing it to my attention. Simple as that. And that's how those kinds of things should work. It's like I think what also helps with that, at least for me, is working in corporate, like working on a team. My manager, of course, will critique me and tell me areas of like strengths and weaknesses of mine, and you can't be like offended. You can't be a sensitive Sally to your manager. Like, that is such a bad look. So you have to be strong. Be like, okay, thank you for the feedback. Like, I will improve. I will, be better, whatever. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And also just growth as a person. I've really taken a look at the past 3 years of my life. And I genuinely, although I'm not where I quote unquote want to be, I saw this on TikTok. It's been pretty popular. People are saying, I might not be where I want to be currently, but I'm everywhere I wanted to be 3 years ago. And so that is the truest thing for me ever. If you take a look at my life, it is exactly what I envisioned for myself 3 years ago. I was like, I want to live alone. I want to have a dog. I want to pay my own bills. Boom, done. But it's not what future me holds. Like, future me holds this plus more. Because not only do I want to pay my own bills, I want to be financially stable, financially, like, have a financial surplus, like, get that bang. So, like, running to the bank kind of money, like, laughing to the bank kind of money is what I mean. Looking at Romeo, oh, you can't even see him in the video, but I'm, okay, I think he's okay. He's on the bed, and I'm like, is he trying to get down? I don't know. I have to say something really, really bad, but it's just authentic. So every time he goes to the vet and gets like a puppy vaccine, I love that because he gets so calm after. Because obviously the vaccine takes a lot out of him. He just gets really like sleepy and just needs to like sleep it off, whatever. And I think it's so sick and twisted that I say this, but like it's so nice when he comes back from the vet because it tires him out and he's not as like rough and he's not as, playful. And listen, I love having a puppy. Like, I love it so, so much. I love Romeo with all my heart. However, his puppy phase is really getting the best of me. His teething, he's biting me so much, and he's not even biting me just like a lot, he's biting me hard. Like, I've drawn blood like twice already from his biting, and he's a little guy. Like, he is a toy poodle. He is a very, very, very little squirt. But he did gain weight. So proud of my little boy. When I got him, he was like out. He was like just 2 pounds. I think maybe even a little under, I don't remember. And now he is 3.53. So I know in the not last one, but maybe the one before, he was 2.74. and now he's 3.53. So I'm so proud of my little man for gaining weight. He loves food. Like, he honestly loves food. The vet was like, how is he eating? How is he drinking, sleeping, whatever? And I was like, he is so food obsessed. He constantly is putting his nose in things. And I would say most dogs are like that. When my home, like family dogs, we had 3. We had Skippy, White Maltese, Junior, White Maltese, like his name was Skippy Jr., but Junior for short. And then we have Coco. So Skippy and Junior sadly passed away. So sad. Like, can't even bring it up. So sad. As I'm bringing it up, but whatever. Can't even talk about it, is what I mean. They were very food, or not Junior, but Skippy was very food motivated at first. And then as he got older, it just like went away. So I got used to that. So now having a puppy again, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so food motivated, which was really helpful at the vet today, because when he was getting his vaccine, they have these like rabbit patties. Sounds disgusting, and I hate that he eats it, but you know, he loves it. So what am I to do? But I'm not going to deprive the boy. So he eats these rabbit, like dried rabbit patties, essentially. They break it up for him and like crumbles up, and he goes crazy for it. Like, he did not even wince when he got the shot today because he was so distracted by eating the treat. So kudos to the vet and the vet tech for doing that. But I have something really embarrassing to share, and I don't think it's like quote unquote embarrassing, like a universally embarrassing thing, but it's embarrassing for me. I'm a very scent sensitive person. I'm a very heavily scented person. I'll never forget a guy I was talking to, Mr. Hot, called me a heavily scented woman, and I'm scarred from that. But that just goes to show like how much I like scents. I love perfume. I love candles. I love wallflowers. Like, I have diffusers going on in my apartment. Like, I love for my place to smell good. And so if my environment smells bad, I get really annoyed, upset. I'm like, oh, I need to get rid of it, you know? So lately I've been like, I give Romeo, sorry, I don't know if you heard that. There was a siren going off, but I give Romeo a bath like every so often. And if he doesn't get a bath, he gets like a wipe down with some lavender pet wipes. So I'm always trying to make sure he smells good, because you know, dogs get stinky fast. So I always try and make sure of that. But before, like last night, I was smelling him and I was like, he kind of smells funky. Like, he just smells weird. It wasn't like a bad smell, but it wasn't a good smell. Like, I was like, he smells off. But I was too lazy to give him a bath. And I was like, I don't want to give him a bath because he hates baths so much. And I know he hates going to the vet. So I'm not going to torture the poor guy. So I didn't give him a bath. I didn't give him like a wipe down with the wipes, because he also doesn't really fuck with that. So I was like, whatever, he's just gonna like smell a little stinky, a little weird. So I take him to the vet, and the vet tech is, you know, holding him. Everyone eats up Romeo when they meet him. Like, seriously, everyone is so obsessed. Rightfully so, especially because his name is just so good. When I say like, oh, Romeo's here for his like visit, they're like, oh, Romeo, that's such a cute name. And I'm like, I know. And everyone's like, are you gonna get a Juliet? I'm like, no. And then everyone's like, how'd you come up with the name? I'm like, because he's a total heartthrob. And I knew any dog I'd get that I'm going to name Romeo, because the dog would be a heartthrob. Like, Romeo steals everyone's heart, I swear. He's such a cute little guy. So anyways, the vet tech is holding him, and she's like, oh my God, he smells so good. And I'm like, really? Like, I could have sworn he smelled really funky. Like, I smelled him earlier and he was not smelling too good. So she continues to sniff him, and she's like, like she's trying to like say what it smells like. So she keeps sniffing him. She's like, I think it smells like incense. Like, it smells really good. Do you have those in your house? And I despise the smell of incense. Like, there's a yoga instructor who I actually really, really, really like her incense, but it's like, I can't smell it often. But what I think about with incense is like, I went to this girl's house who I used to be very close with once upon a time. We actually have a story time about her on this podcast. No longer friends, unfortunately. But I went to her house, and her parents love incense. And I remember going in there, and I was like, I hate this smell. No shade, no tea to the girl. So sorry. You're probably never going to watch this, thankfully. But yeah, I just like don't fuck with incense. And so I don't do incense. I do diffusers. And you guys know my trick. I do diffuser with a squirt of my perfume of choice, because I love all my perfumes. So I definitely took offense to that, because I was like, I don't want him to smell like incense. Like, what the fuck? I hate that smell. And Heber Hammer literally called me a cheap Jew. I was so offended because I love the smell of my perfumes. Like, I have very distinct smells. Like, I don't know, like, I'm just a perfume girl, you know? And so whenever this is a new thing I did. So when my air freshener ran out, I have like the Mr. Meyer's lavender. It's chef's kiss, so good. If you haven't tried it, I put it in my diffusers all the time. It's delicious, smells amazing. So that one ran out. And so I had the brilliant idea of like, hey, I love the way my perfumes smell. Let me dilute it with some water and then I could like use it as a room spray. Because when you spray perfume constantly in like your place, it's like really heavy. And I don't want Romeo to breathe that in all the time. So I was like, let me lighten it with some water, like dilute it and use it as room spray. And he saw that and he was like, babe, what the fuck are you doing? Like, buy a new Febreze. So valid, so fair. But I did it because I love the smell of my perfume and I'm like, I want this in a room spray. So if you can understand what I'm saying and you agree, let me know in the comments of this video or DM me or add a text in the group chat on WhatsApp. That's another thing. We really have to use the group chat more, guys. Like, no one texts in it. I don't know what the heck to say. I'm like, hey guys, new episode, what you think? I don't want it to be like a leave me a review kind of thing. Like, I want us to be active in it. And so no one's really chit-chatting in it yet, but I feel like the bigger we get as a podcast, the more it grows, people will like to join. Because I remember when I religiously watched Delusional Diaries. Oh, no, it was Hot Girl Talks at the time. It was with Hallie Kay, Jazz, Carly Weinstein, that group, New York City influencers. They had a podcast and then they made a group chat on WhatsApp. On GroupMe. They had a group chat and everyone was popping. Like, I swear, I think people still use that. That group chat was always blowing my phone up. I had to like leave it, I think, because it was annoying. I didn't really enjoy the conversation, but everyone really liked it. And I feel like if I can get my community to do that, I would also really enjoy that. So anyways, that's my spiel. I would love to talk to you guys more. I always say that, but you know, we're getting there. So anyways, I had a very good conversation with my sister today when she gave me the constructive criticism. We also had kind of like a life coach session, which my sister is so good at, you guys. I swear, I was like, Sam, you need a life coaching business because you're so damn good at it. Like, she honestly is so good at not taking on people's emotions, because that's where I fall. That's like one of my biggest weaknesses. I am such an empath. It's too much of an empath. Like, I feel like there's a fine line of like, oh, you feel bad for someone, like you care for them, you're considerate, you're comforting, whatever. And then there's that other part where you take on the emotion and like you feel anxious if someone else is going through something, or I feel anxious if, I shouldn't say you because it's me. So I feel anxious if someone else is anxious. Like, I take it on, which is so not healthy. I hate that I do that. It's something I really need to work on and I'm going to write down to talk about in therapy. That's another thing, you guys. I've been trying to cut my therapy back to just twice a month. So like see her every 2 weeks, because I am taking on that expense, unfortunately, and it is so pricey. Your girl cannot afford that. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And I think it'll be good for me because I do, obviously I talk about my therapy sessions so much in this podcast, so you guys know how much I value it and how good it treats me and like how much it provides for me. But I feel as though I do use it as a crutch. Like, I do use it as like my vent session. I'm gonna be like so uplifted after and like all this stuff. And I just think I should be able to do that for myself. And that's where I struggle the most. Like, even though, you know, my therapist is like my safe place, I love her so much, I shouldn't be seeking that validation and reassurance from someone constantly, which, you know, I'm so happy it's with my therapist rather than like a boy, for example, because that used to be my problem before I was in therapy. Actually, even in therapy, like, I would seek validation from like boys and I would always be really boy obsessed. Like, oh my God, if you guys knew me in college or even in high school, I was so boy obsessed. Like, I have to bring this up to my family because they're gonna like die at how, I mean, they're probably gonna say I'm still boy obsessed, but I'm genuinely a lot different than how I used to be. Like, I used to make every decision like based on a boy. So bad, so bad. I'm really embarrassed by that as I laugh. But anyways, so yeah, I think that although I love therapy and it's such an amazing tool for me personally, not everyone likes it, and I know that. It's not for everyone. However, I use it as such a great tool, but that's the thing. It should be a tool. It's not something that I should rely on. So I think it's just a part of growing up and realizing where the limit is on seeking validation from others. Because although it's a very healthy validation I get from my therapist, it's not like I'm seeking her approval. It's the thing where I need that reassurance when like I preach on this podcast how you should find it within, which I truly do believe. And so I'm a work in progress, you guys. I don't know if anyone can resonate with that, but it's something I truly, truly, truly struggle with. And I know, like, my friends have poked fun at how this has turned into like a mental health podcast, and like I'm not trying to make it that, but I also kind of am, ? Like, would that be the worst thing in the world? I don't know. I love talking about mental health. I love destigmatizing it. I love destigmatizing therapy. Like, for example, I'm so open about being in therapy because I think it's such a great tool, like what I've been calling it. But every time someone new comes into my life and I say like, oh yeah, I'm in therapy, they're like, oh God, what happened to you? Like, why are you in therapy? And I'm just like, what do you mean? Did something like have to happen to me or like a traumatic event for me to be in therapy? Like, no, So I don't know. I love destigmatizing it. Therapy's #cool. But yeah, I can go on a rant for so long about my feelings for that. But we actually have a very long list of topics that I want to talk about. My sister also said in her constructive criticism, she was like, I think you just like need a list because it was a little too free flowing. Totally valid. Totally agree. I think that sometimes I get a little, I don't know the right word, not like insecure, but like I don't like leaning on a list because then I feel like it's not as organic, and I like to talk about things on top of my head. But then when I have an episode where I talk about things on top of my head, I'm like, wait, like I didn't talk about XYZ of like things I wanted to say in this episode. Because like, sometimes it's like current events that I want to talk about. And then if I keep like missing it in the podcast, it's like by the time I actually do say it, it's so old news, Like I've been dying to talk to you guys about Bethany Frankel and Claudia's podcast episode, because I did not think it deserved the controversy that it got. Everyone was like shitting on Bethany and saying how she said she made everything and she was so like not attacky, but what's the word? Like defensive about the Ozempic stuff. And I thought that, okay, yeah, it was like, Bethany, I don't think you coined the term food noise. However, I do think she made skinny margs. She was saying she made that. That's her brand. I do think she made that. I do think she is allowed to share her opinions on Ozempic. She was very honest about being like, look, I don't really know all the information I need to know. I think this is what Ozempic is used for, and I think this is who's using it. And Claudia had really great points because Bethany was saying how, people abuse the drug and how people who don't need it are the ones using it. And then Claudia was kind of like, well, I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I've struggled with weight my whole life, and I use it as a tool, and it like really taught me the value of nutrition, the value of working out. And I totally agree with her. Once you are in the mindset of like, okay, I want to get healthy, and you start eating better, you start working out, like it's just like a tumbling positive effect of like, oh, I'm doing this to get better. Like, how else can I improve my life? Like, how else, like you change your diet and you're like, okay, what else can I do? Let me add daily movement. Like, it's just like all these things. And like, okay, well, I'm kind of extra tired when I do the extra movement. Let me prioritize sleep. So it's just like this beautiful crumbling cycle. And I don't think that's the worst thing if Ozempic or any of the other GLP-1s, whatever, I think there's like other ones, Wegovy. If I don't think that they are used, I don't think they're a negative thing. I think they can be a tool to help guide someone, but also if someone genuinely needs it, if they have a condition, I also think it's a beautiful thing to use it, because I'm a very pro Western medicine kind of person. Like I'm very like, I do love me some holistic stuff. I do. But at the end of the day, I also have chronic migraines a lot of the time. Whenever I have a sinus infection, I'll get a migraine because it's like in your sinuses. And that takes me out for days. So I'm like very pro medicine because that's the only thing that cures me. I've tried so many holistic things for my migraines, and they don't really help. So the only thing that truly helps is like migraine medication. So I don't know. I'm a fan of Western medications or Western medicine, whatever you want to call it. And I think that it's a very subjective topic. Not everyone's gonna love it, which is fine, and not everyone's gonna hate it. You know, it's like two ends of the spectrum. So I don't know, but all I have to say on that is I thought it was a very good podcast. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought they had amazing conversations. I love the deep dive on Bethany's life. I thought I was like a huge Bethany Frankel fan because I knew her from OG Real Housewives. But she is actually an OG, and she started on like a Martha Stewart show that I didn't even know about. So it was a very cool episode, especially if you're a Bethany fan. I also love her relationship with her daughter. She calls her Peanut, which I think is so damn cute. She is such a peanut, and she looks so much like Bethany and her dad, which I love. Like, how did she end up blonde? Because Bethany has dark hair. Like, I love it. So she's just so cute, and I think she, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I think she goes to Miami. I don't know. Is she still in high school or is she in college? There was like a rumor of that online. So yeah, I've been trying to get more into podcasts, and not even just podcasts, but watching YouTube podcasts or YouTube videos. I'm really gonna get into my YouTube era. I know I keep saying that, but it's slowly happening, slowly but surely. Another thing I really had a great conversation about with my sister is how I'm the kind of person, let me know if anyone relates, I'm the kind of person that if I don't think I'm good at something, I won't do it. And that is simply not how life works. To break it down for you, no one, and this is common sense. Look, I'm not trying to say anything revolutionary over here, but sometimes I need to hear it, so hopefully someone listening needs to hear it. So it's normal. It's a normal spectrum when you're starting something out to not be pro, to not master it completely, to not even be intermediate. Like, it's okay if you're not perfect at your craft. So I don't know why, for me, and please let me know if someone resonates, because I feel like I'm alone in this, even though I'm probably not. For me, I feel as though if I'm not able to produce something great, and that's something that's going to be, you know, going to get 1 million views, not that I've ever gotten that, but if it's not going to get that, why would I do it? And that's just like not how any content creator that I know started out. And it's a spectrum. It's a learning curve. Even with the deleting the YouTube video last week, I was pretty bummed, but it's all a learning curve. I ejected the SD card and deleted my video on the SD card wrong. Well, I deleted the video on the SD card because I put the video on my computer. I was editing it. While I was editing it, I ejected the SD card, and it deleted off my computer, and then it deleted off the SD card because I stupidly did that. So it's a learning lesson. Like, I should not have deleted it off the SD card. So there we go. So I also am a big fan of researching your topics. Like, for instance, I don't want to get too much into this because my sister made a very good point. She was like, you start something and you don't finish it. Like, you need to do something and actually do it to its fullest potential and your fullest potential to see an outcome, which so valid. So valid. I agree 100,000%. However, what I'm going to say to you guys is my newest shtick. I'm very excited about it. I'm not jumping into it full speed, okay? I'm not. Preface. However, the next thing that I'm working towards is day trading. And, you know, I'm not even trying to be like, oh, I'm going to be a day trader. I'm going to trade crypto all day and that's going to be my job. No, I am saying I want to gain financial literacy. I feel like I'm so incompetent when it comes to the financial world. Like, I know literally nothing about the stock market. I don't even know how to have a high yield savings account. Like, I know absolutely nothing. Got my first credit card at 24 years old, and I'm just building my credit now, okay? So I've taken it upon myself that, you know, hey, if this is how I'm gonna learn the stock market and just like learn different ways, if this is gonna be my entry point, because it's so interesting to me to learn about day trading. It's so cool if you guys haven't really looked into it. If this is my entry point, so be it. I am so excited. I've been like studying, I've been reading books on it. It's just like, it's really cool. So my sister was like, come on, Morgana. Like, are you serious? And I know. I sound crazy. I sound like one of those Miami people that's like, oh, I trade crypto all day and like I have a yacht. Like, no. I'm not trying to say I'm going to get rich quick. It's not like that. I'm just saying this is my opening to becoming more financially literate. And I don't see anything wrong with that, if I have to be honest. I don't. I really don't. So that's that. Now, I want to get into the meat and juice of this potato. Wait. That's how you know I don't know any sayings. I want to get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, which is, I actually have no idea where I'm going with like this podcast title because so far it's just been like updates on my life. However, breaking news, Alex Earl and Braxton Berrios broke up. Dun dun. So I have that as like the biggest thing on this episode because one, it's the latest juice, and two, she spoke so eloquently in her video about the breakup between her and Braxton. Like I thought she really said things, like explained things so well without getting too personal and too deep. She basically said, if you live under a rock and you haven't watched, I've watched it like 10 times because I'm a loser. But she basically said like, I love being in LA. Braxton's in Miami/Texas. Our lives are just going different places. And she was saying how she wants to focus on her. She can't be there 24/7 for Braxton. And she like made a note to be like, that's not what he's expecting from me. However, like I feel like he deserves that. And I totally agree. Like I completely agree with her. Like she is such a busy girl. She's so girl boss. Like I doubt she has time to be in such a committed relationship, especially long distance, you know? Like I really am a huge proponent. I don't think I'm saying that right. I think I'm just like such a fan of like having a support system and like having a partner who supports you. Like for instance, Hebrew Hammer has been a very, very, very big support system. There's been a lot of personal matters with family, which I'm not going to get into, but like my grandma's sick, that's all I'm going to say. So I've been very, very, very upset. Like I've been really going through it. My family's going through it. And so he's been great rock. And like, that's what I think a partner should do. And, you know, maybe they just like weren't there for each other when they needed each other, or I don't know. I'm not going to speculate anything. However, I thought it was like the most mature thing she could do. And I'm so happy, even though like I'm not happy like people exploited her relationship with a breakup, but I'm so happy that she came out with her truth of being like, look, no one did anything wrong. Our lives are just going down different paths and that's okay. There's still so much love. And like you could see, she clearly stated in the video that she doesn't know if what she did, like quote, break up with him was the correct thing. But we're getting like real life updates from her, you know? And it was obvious, like they put out statements or whatever with like People magazine, something like that. So they did a statement, but it was cool that she like explained it to her listeners or her followers, whatever. I thought that was really cool. And I thought she was just like such a good example for younger women because she is putting herself and her career first, and she's not letting her boyfriend, who is like this successful like NFL player who has like so many side ventures with like, I think he has like a coffee shop and like he has real estate and stuff like that. Like he's a very, very successful man, and she's not letting that one like dictate her life and dictate like where she goes with her life. Like she's girl bossing, and she's honestly such a good entrepreneur. She has really taken her image and run with it. Like I bet she has fucking millions in the bank, you guys. Like that girl has done so much. She's on so many cover magazines. Has like a brand. She is like was on Dancing with the Stars. Like that is a successful girl, and she's gonna become a celebrity, I swear. However, I kind of like, not that I'm psychic. However, I kind of like felt like they were always gonna break up because one, they just look alike. And, you know, I know people say that you should, like, date someone you look like because you'll have, like, you know, good-looking children or whatever. But I don't know. They looked alike. And he's not her typical type. She's, like, mentioned that a lot publicly, how her type is, like, tall. He's, like, 5'9". Like, he was, like, taller or shorter than her sister. She likes dark hair. Like, he was just, like, not her physical type. And although physical type is, like, obviously that can go out the window when it comes to like your true soulmate. I don't know. I just like didn't get the vibe they were gonna last, honestly. And it was like kind of fishy that they lasted 2 years, and then his last serious relationship with, I actually forgot her name, but that sister, the Sofia Culpo, I think that was her name. Yeah. That also lasted 2 years. So, and I don't know. I think maybe he broke up with Sophia, but Alex broke up with him, and maybe it was like a huge coincidence, but like, I don't know. That's kind of fishy. So, yeah, had to share that. Had to share my 2 cents on that. Okay, speaking of current events, I also had to bring this up. So, I think Housewives are currently on. I don't know. I quite frankly just got cable in my apartment after living here for over a year. Very silly of me, considering I've been paying for it each month because it's in my rent. But I finally got it set up because Hugh Hammer wanted to watch football one day, so he like figured it out for me, which is nice. So I don't know if it's on, so I'm gonna try and watch it. But I saw a TikTok clip. I assume it's on because it looked new. But Kyle Richards, Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think. Kyle Richards was sitting with Erica Jane, saying how she was with her partner after her and Mo got divorced, and how she really loved her partner, and how she couldn't be open about it because her partner wouldn't allow her to, and all this stuff. And listen, I feel for her. Like, she's went through a lot. Maybe she's telling the truth, but I kind of gotta call bullshit on that. I know. But like, come on, you guys. Morgan Wade and her totally dated. They were seen together numerous times. She literally took Morgan everywhere. And Morgan literally had Kyle play a love interest on her music video. So like, what the fuck do you mean it ended because Morgan didn't want the backlash or to be in the public eye? Like, what do you mean? Because Morgan was the one who put you in her music video. So I'm calling bullshit on that. I think like, and it's so funny. The reason I even bring this up is because she was so persistent on like, well, I'm always a truth teller. I want to tell the truth, and da da da. Like, girl, if you're gonna say all that, then like actually share the truth. Don't be like, my partner and I broke up because she didn't like the limelight. Like, girl, she literally had you in her music video, okay? That was a fucking debut. That was a debut of your relationship. So, I don't know, maybe like Morgan didn't like all the backlash or something and whatever, but also shout out, she has a name very similar to me. Love that for her. So yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. Guys, this is random, but I'm like dying to try Sculpt Society. Like, let me know if anyone listening or watching uses that. But I have a Hotworks membership, which basically means I have like an unlimited sauna. It's so fucking cool, you guys. If you have a Hotworks near you, I highly suggest trying it out. But basically, you rent out a sauna for 45 minutes at a time, and a video plays while you're in there. I don't love their workouts, so I always just do like my own thing. I normally just do whatever Siegel like taught me in class that week, and I just like try and copy her moves. But I oftentimes don't get as motivated because it's me who's like pushing myself, It's not like I have a coach there or a fitness instructor. So I don't know. I thought about doing Sculpt Society because it's like videos, and I really love her workouts because they're very similar to what we do in Siegel's workout classes, which I love. Like, I see great results. It's not like traditional strength training. It's like kind of like Pilates moves, but you're doing it on a mat, like you're not on a machine. So I love it. I always hit muscle groups that I don't normally hit, and it's very lightweight, which is good for my arm. Throwback to my bad arm. If you know, you fucking know. So I'll tell you guys if you're a new listener or if you just don't remember, which I understand. But about damn near over a year ago now, I was playing pickleball with some friends, and I did it 2 weekends in a row. And I did it like I didn't stretch before. I had bad form. Like, I was playing like really hard. I was very overweight at the time, so I don't know. It was just not a good combination. And I basically like kind of tore something, ? Like, I had a partial tear. No, it was less than a partial tear. It was a fray. I had a fray of my bicep muscle. Fraying of the muscle. And ever since then, you guys, I've literally, like, it's gotten better. Like, I can move it. I was at a point where I could not move it, and I was like very, 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 very sad. I developed social anxiety because I didn't leave my house. Like, it was a whole thing. It's when I lived in Boynton Beach before the podcast. So It's gotten a lot better. However, I'm very scared to overly exert it in the gym. So using lightweight and like little movements, I feel as though it's the best for me personally because one, I see great results. I still get sore. And two, it's like I'm not overly exerting it. If something hurts it, I try and stop it immediately. Like the other day, I was in a spin class. I was actually taking Siegel's spin class, funny enough. And my back was like killing me. I was having sharp shooting pain whenever we like stood up on the bike, like when we went in third. So I was like, fuck no, absolutely not. I'm gonna sit my ass down the whole time. So I just pedaled on the ground or on the floor or on my butt, like whatever it's called, in the saddle. That's what they call it. So I did that. And I'm happy because I didn't wake up with back pain. And you know what? If I took that whole class, like doing all the moves that all the other people were doing, you know, like actually taking the class, I think that I genuinely would have hurt my back because I've done that before. And that was primarily the reason I decided to do hot works, because when I'm in a workout class, this is a very positive thing, but it also can become very negative because I feel I like go into a competition in my head with the person next to me, and I never want to like, you know, give up. It's very good because it pushes me, but at the same time, if I'm doing a move incorrectly, which is extremely a high possibility chance of me doing that because I don't know how to work out. So if I'm doing the move incorrectly, 2, overly exerting the body part, 3, using a weight that's too heavy. Like there are so many factors that can go into this. I actually like hurt myself, and I've had, I think this past week, my arm was so bad, you guys. I couldn't move it. Like I couldn't work out for 2 days. Like anytime, I couldn't even sleep. Like I was in so much pain. I had to bring out my shoulder pad. Like it was so bad. So yeah, that happened. I overly exerted myself in a workout class, and yeah, so that's good that I do hot works now, but it's also like not good because I don't get that competition in my head that like I'm a crazy person, I compete with the person next to me. I don't get that because it's just me, and like I give myself so many breaks. Meanwhile, I wouldn't be taking those breaks if I was in a workout class because, you know, breaks are good. However, if you're taking more breaks and you're working out, that might not be the best thing. And that's what I tend to do when I'm alone. So I need to just like, I don't know, I need to figure out. The thing with me is like, I'm so quick to buy something. Which I blame my mother for. Mom, shout out, love you. But I'm so quick to like try something and like, not even like just buy it, but like put money towards bettering myself. Like I'm very quick to do that, which is a positive thing, but it can also be negative. So I'm trying to be mindful, and I'm like, girl, there are free workouts on YouTube that you can like see if you like that style of going to Hot Works, playing the video and like doing it that way before you buy this membership. Where like you don't need to buy it from Societal Sculpt. What is it called? What is it called? Sculpt Society. Like you don't need to buy a Sculpt Society. You know, you could try it out on YouTube first. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just be like, you're not buying it. See if you even like it. Because, you know, typical me, I would buy it and like not use it. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste my money trying to like enter the new year being very financially smart, financially literate, financially responsible, financially independent, financially stable, snap sister, all those good things. So I need to make a whole episode regarding my 1, manifestations, but 2, my New Year's goals, because I'm a big New Year's goals girl. And although I think you can really like start your New Year's goals, quote New Year's goals, whenever, because they're not just New Year's, like you could like change yourself tomorrow if you wanted, you know, you don't always have to wait for the new year to start something. I'm very big on that as well. However, I love me a new year, new me kind of vibe. Like that is so up my alley that like I eat that shit up. So yeah, but anyways, another random thing I need to tell you guys. So I have a cavity on my bottom left tooth, okay? This has been like, I've known this about this cavity for years. Like, I've gotten fillings, like, filling has fallen out. I've gotten new fillings. Like, it's been a thing. Like, at my old dentist in New York got a filling, then it fell out, and then got a new filling here in Florida. So, like, I know about it, okay? It's not new. However, I'm starting to get one on the opposite side of my bottom right, and I am so depressed, you guys. Like, it makes eating unenjoyable because it hurts, and I fucking love eating. So imagine my pain. Imagine. So I'm like, fuck this shit. Every time I feel a pain in my tooth, whenever I, do proper health, like a proper teeth hygiene routine, like with my water floss pick, it ends up getting better. And so it's day one using my water flosser, like in my mouth, which I know I shouldn't be using every day. I know, but I get lazy. Okay? I brush my teeth twice a day. I'm very good at that. I wear my mouth guard every night because I have really bad like grinding problems, which is another thing. I have to get like Invisalign to fix my bite, and I don't want to. I really don't want to, because I went through that whole braces and Invisalign thing when I was like younger. And one, I don't want to pay for it. And two, I don't want to go through it. Like, I just hate teeth pain. I hate it. But I do have to shift my teeth because I grind them really bad. So that'll be my next venture, but it's not what I'm doing currently and not what I plan on doing for a little bit. So mouth guard it is, but I'm really trying to not develop a cavity there because I've been getting like, it's just been sensitive to like cold food, my tooth. On the new tooth with the new pain, okay? It's just been sensitive to cold. So I'm trying to water floss that out, whatever the fuck's in there. And yeah, first day, I'm feeling better. I water flossed last night. I do think it helped. I have noticed it helped before with the tooth on my left. So I'm praying to God that it works for my tooth on the right. So of course, I will keep you guys updated, keep you all posted, as always. But I had to share that. Another random, what is it called? Like pop culture update or like thing I want to talk about, which honestly, I think I'm going to title this something about pop culture, because this is the first episode I've actually had like 3 pop culture moments. Normally I just talk about myself and how I'm in therapy. But why the fuck are celebrities, like big time celebrities, selling things on TikTok Shop? I think it's so weird. It's so tacky. Like, tell me why I've seen Terry Dubrow, who's literally a plastic surgeon, so successful, has a show on, I think on E, I was going to say Bravo, on E, a show dedicated called Botched with the other guy, I forgot his name. Tell me why he's selling stuff on TikTok Shop. Like, I think that's so weird. Like, are you really that desperate for money? Like, I doubt it, And like his wife is a housewife. So not like an actual like housewife stays at home. Like, she's like on Housewives, like Real Housewives. So I'm just like, are you really that down bad? Like, what are you trying to do here? Or maybe he's just trying to promote some brands. I don't know. Maybe he got paid some big buckaroonies. I don't know, but he's not the first celeb. I also saw that guy from Vampire Diaries, which I never watched. I think his name is Ian Somerhalder. Probably butchered that. Ian Somerhalder, something like that. Somerhalder, I don't know. So I saw him like promoting his brand on TikTok Shop, which I was like, okay, I guess like pop off. Like, I guess it does give you the virality that you'll need to sell out a product. Like, it's reaching a lot of people and probably hitting your target audience. But I don't know, you guys. Something about it just does not sit right with me. I'm just like, really, really? Like, you're a celebrity. Save that for like the influencers or the content creators trying to make it big, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe like, I know I was watching a Jeffree Star interview on YouTube and with Bunny XO, and he was saying how TikTok just gave him like a huge deal because apparently he's like #1 live streamer. So I don't know, maybe I'm just like, my head is in the gutter and I don't know anything. That's definitely not how you use the saying, and I don't know, I'm just like, I have a blind eye to it. Maybe like that's TikTok is like giving them like hella money. So I don't know, but I had to share with you guys. Let me know if you've seen any other celebrity sightings on TikTok, and not just like them creating their own like videos and like being like kikiing, like being fun, like actually like selling products and trying to go viral. Let me know. But I have to share one last thing. Okay, not one last, but this is like another thing I need to share. So there's like hella tea going on in my job. Not with me, not with like anyone on my team, just like the overall company. And it's got like, it's so bad. It's to the point where like I know about it. And like, I'm like bottom tier of the company, you know? I mean, of course there's people below me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not high up at all. And so the fact that I know what's going on is like kind of crazy. And of course I'm going to tell you the tea. I'm not going to share anything specific, Avi. Everything's going to be very, very vague. However, the premise of it and the principle of it is crazy. So I'm going to share. So my company acquired another company, okay? They're the same company. They have like the same exact thing that they sell. But my company acquired another one. And they're both really big. So when that happened, people very high up from that company that we acquired came to ours. And it was only supposed to be one person, okay? One person came. And that's because like one person was retiring, like they were leaving. So one person very high up, he took their job because she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Okay, respect, love that. So he took her role. Months go by of him being in this role, okay? We get notification that like layoffs are happening. And not just layoffs, but like not layoffs for like people with my job, like layoffs with like the higher ups. And so people of 30 years with the company got fired. And guess who replaced them? Guess who replaced them? He hired people from his past company that we acquired. Yeah, I hope I'm explaining that right, because like the tea is crazy. So we had a team meeting of like 250 people, and I'm getting to the point of what I want to share. I'm getting there. So we're in a meeting, 250 people, okay? Everyone's on there that, you know, everyone, like mostly everyone's on there, okay? I'm sure like we had other people not on there, but you know, it was like everyone on the company is on there. So he's like explaining like, okay, layoffs happened. He's being so respectful. He actually speaks so eloquently. Like he's a very, very good public speaker, our new person. I'm not going to say his role. I'm just going to say he's a higher up, okay? He speaks very eloquently. I think he's actually going to be a great asset to the team of like, not my team, but like the overall company I work for. I think he's going to be great. So anyways, he's like speaking about how like basically like paying respect to those who were laid off, who have been with the company for 30 years. And he was kind of like showing and introducing the new people who are taking their position, okay? And so people, you guys, they were fucking ruthless in the comments, like in the little team chats, like the main team chat, okay? Like people were being like, they were asking it very like professionally, but like the questions they were asking, they were like, woo! They were like, why is it that you're replacing people from our team or our company from your company that we acquired? And like, basically like no bullshit, no beating around the bush, like asked him straight up. And like, mind you, this is a damn near 300 person meeting. He's getting asked this shit on the spot. Like, and he was speaking so well. Like, he's a great public speaker. I was like, damn, I would not have been able to do that, okay? I would not have been able to do that. That takes some balls to be able to, one, like, speak very well on behalf of others, and then, like, also explain the vision and goal of, like, and, like, explain why he did that, you know? So, I don't know. I thought he spoke very well, but, like, that's crazy. That's crazy tea. So, anyways, the reason I share this is because it has to do with my lovely dog, Romeo. So I'm sitting in the meeting, okay? And I'm like, you know what? Let me take my ass to the couch. I have an hour-long meeting, like no camera, no mic. Like I'm in a presentation basically. So I'm like, let me get my ass on the couch. I work from home. So I'm on the couch and Romeo gets so fucking crazy when I sit on the couch with him, like during the day. Cause like, you know, I'm not normally there. So he is like biting me left and right. He's barking, he's jumping on me. And so my little sweet 3-pound boy, jumps on my computer. And so he's like biting my computer, biting my hand so aggressively, like it hurts so bad. Like I'm like drawing blood at this point, okay? And so I don't realize this, but he unmuted myself. He unmuted me. And so I start screaming. I'm like, Romeo, get off! And then I'm like, oh, I'm off mute. Oh, he's literally looking up. Sorry, Romy. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm off mute in like a 300 person meeting. That is so embarrassing. And so I was like, and then I like mute myself, and then literally the person speaking, like the guy who like I just told you guys about, he was like, was that for me? And I just didn't say anything. I was like, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. And he just moved on. But I was like, wow, that was embarrassing. Thankfully, it wasn't a recorded meeting, so I'm okay. But I was very embarrassed, especially because everyone that knows me knows I named my dog Romeo, so they knew it was me. So it was embarrassing. I had some people text me and be like, girl, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. So yeah, I had to share that. But I think I'm gonna end this episode on that beautiful story of Romeo. Quickly, side note, I went to the vet this morning, got his another like parvo shot, whatever, and I'm taking him to New York. We going for like a month. And I'm very excited to bring him. He's gonna finally see a yard. Because I live in an apartment, so he doesn't get a yard. But I'm scared. One, we're gonna get off our routine, and I've put him on such a good routine for us. Like he's crate trained. He knows where to pee pee and poo poo. Like he knows where to eat. Like he just like knows his stuff here because this is his home. And so I'm just scared because he's also so impressionable and such a baby. I'm scared to bring him there, especially because I have my dog Coco, who, I hate to say it, Mom and Sam are gonna kill me, but like she's not trained very well. So I'm scared he's gonna pick up some bad habits because that's what happened with her when we had the two boys, Skippy and Junior. She came to us very trained. However, the boys were very, quote, I want to say ruthless, and they're very petty. Like if they're mad at us, they were gonna pee like on our face, basically. Just kidding. They're gonna pee on the floor. So, she has her moments. She's pretty good with going outside and stuff, but like she has her moments where like she, does her business. So I'm scared he's gonna start doing that. So whatever. I just have to be really good with him. And you know what? Maybe I'll train her too. Maybe she'll get trained. They say you can't teach old dogs new tricks, but who knows? Maybe I can. So yeah, I had to get like his certificate of health or whatever, and I have to pay 60 buckaroos for that. So I have to pick that up on Tuesday. I also have to get this TSA like carrier thing. I'm nervous to fly with baby Romeo. If you guys have any tips on flying with a puppy, let me know. I know has to stay in his carrier the whole plane ride. Hopefully I have like a chill flight attendant where I can like let him out a little, or like chill people next to me. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. So I hope you enjoyed. This episode's gonna go live Monday at 6 a.m. Also, I'm gonna YouTube it. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And cheers to getting our spark back, because I feel like I've been falling off. So we back, bitches. We back. So love you all. Thank you so much for your time, and have a fabulous rest of your day, week, month, everything, year. Love ya. Bye.